But I wanted to start going over lessons I've learned so far in my life. The first one that I want to say is about forgiving myself. I learned to forgive myself for not taking more chances or not doing things that I should have done. I should have done it this way or that way because one, then other things might not have happened. Like life might not have been the way it's supposed to be if I would have gotten to, whatever I thought I was supposed to do at whatever time. Everything happened in perfect timing, but it's hard to forgive yourself for instance, not starting YouTube earlier, or for not getting a certain degree, or for any whatever for the partner you chose, whatever it happens to be in your life. It can be hard to forgive yourself, but those things are a part of the journey. And so forgiving myself, but also being grateful for the serendipity, also being grateful for perfect timing and for things turning out the way that they're supposed to turn out, and knowing that I don't have full control over the journey. Like, I'm co-creating it with God. So it's not just about me and what I want in my timing, but all things in perfect timing. So that's lesson number one that I've learned. Second thing that I've learned is, since I'm behind, so I'm gonna do two. Second thing, and it also goes into me saying this first, that I have not written these down or pre thought of them very much. So it'll be coming to me as I think of them, but that being okay with that, right? Because other people probably would have written them down and had a script and things like that. But being okay with the fact that doing things the way that feels right to me, accepting my neurodiversity in the way that I do things, in the way that feels comfortable to me, that I'm not gonna be maybe as organized as somebody else. I'm not like a type A personality, so things are gonna look different when I do them, and being okay with that and knowing that that is again exactly how things are supposed to go. So acceptance of myself and my quirks and my, even though it's not the what is kind of glamorized of being super organized and knowing what you're doing next, the beauty in being okay with seeing what happens, and that's who I am. And it's also beautiful if people are super organized and things like that. That's their journey and their thing to do, and it feels good to them. So no, but yeah. So that's number two. Day three of things I've learned in life so far. Celebrating my birthday. Well, I'm I'm doing these for my birthday. I guess I'll say in honor of my birthday. Should I sit up? I don't really want to sit up. Anyways, so what I'm about to say is, if you care about everything, then you really care about nothing. That's what people, things, and everything, like, you can try to be everybody's friend, you can try to make everybody your priority, and then guess what? Really, nobody really feels special. Nobody really feels like a priority in your life, and you only have so much time. So I feel like one of the mistakes that I was making was when people come into my life just automatically feeling obligated to spend time with them, to build relationship with them just because they wanted to build relationship. And it just has to be a good fit for both people. And sometimes, most times, it's just not. And it takes away from cherishing those relationships that are important, that do mean something. And so I have done a lot of shedding and like not having as many people close to me, and it's been for the best, so that I can prioritize the people and things that are really important, and that I'm valuable to them and they're valuable to me. Yeah. I think it's a bit much to ask of ourselves to be present in every moment. I don't know if that's doable, but I try to be present for as many moments as possible, because you can really never get them back. Even if you were to recreate them to a T, you'd have already done them, so they wouldn't be the same. Every moment has its own nuances about it that you can't get back. You know, like, you never know when it's the last time you're gonna have time with somebody. Like, I never knew when the last time I was gonna be with my mother or my grandmother or anybody, so you want to make sure that you are taking those moments in, breathing them in, being there, taking those mental notes of it, capturing some of it, but also making sure you're taking it in mentally, visually, and in your heart, taking in those moments. It's a saying, something like that. The same man can never return home.
You only step in the same river once.
You only step in.
So you could use the ocean.
You only step in the same river or the ocean. I'm not trying to sound all deep. I'm just trying to get it out. You can only step, because every time you do it, you'll have more. You'll have new knowledge. You'll be a new person from what you did in between there. So being present in those moments. You know what? It may be even friendships that used to be great that aren't so great anymore, but you had good times together.
You got
what I said earlier made sense, but basically what I was trying to say is you can never make the same memory again. There's only one chance to have those memories. So be there. Don't, wait for a next time, because there may very well not be a next time, and it won't be like that time. So many times, I know you've done it too. Try to recreate a moment. You can't. It doesn't happen. It's always missing what that moment had. It's its own moment, right? So be there. I'm taking a break to get this, but then I'm going right over here, honey, because my family, that's where the action's happening. So take care. What do I want to say today? I don't know. Maybe take what you like and leave the rest in a lot of different things.
What if you don't like water?
Like, I'm trying. Then put something in it.
Leave the rest. He's the rest.
But you may not like water, but you may like how it makes you feel. Hydrated, like keeping water? You alive. You'd be surprised. It's some people who don't like water. So even with water,
what you said, I don't
take what you like and leave the rest. But that's what people. That's what advice when people trying to tell you how to live your life. Thinking they have all the right answers. Take what you like and leave the rest. You know what I'm saying? What you can use for you, and don't worry about the rest. One of the life lessons that I've learned is, if I am busy wanting to be somebody else or looking at somebody else's life, who's gonna be me? Who's gonna live my life out? Like, when you're young, or even now, maybe people, I don't know how long it lasts for people, but you see other people and you're like, oh, I wish I had her body, her husband, her this, her that car. Dang, life would be so much easier if it was like them. But who's gonna be you? Like, who's gonna do it with your circumstances? Oh, that was a good workout. Now, so another lesson. I know these are supposed to be daily, but I'm behind anyway, so it's not even, it might be 21. Hopefully, if it's 21, that's great. If it's 10, that's perfect. Whatever, however many it is what it was supposed to be. But I wanted to come back, and because this one kind of goes with the last one, but it's different. I liken it to acute versus chronic pain. So one of my pet peeves is when like people, they are complaining about something like that always happens to them or something like that, but they don't see anything that they could do differently. If you have something going on and there's nothing that you can do differently, then what are we talking about? Because all you have control over is yourself, right? So there's no need to, if I lose a limb, right, I cannot, and it's for the rest of my life, I'm not gonna then be like, for me, it does me no justice to be like, oh, I don't have my arm, I don't have my arm. Either I get a prosthetic or I learn how to live without it, you know. But to keep, if something, so if you have a boyfriend or somebody that's doing you wrong, you know, and people, I get, you know, this is the one thing that'll make me stop talking to a person quick. Like, if you're complaining about something, if you're steadily getting into fights or falling out with people and there's nothing that you can do differently, okay, then there's no problem. If you're not the problem, then there's no problem. Like, unless it's an acute thing, like, you know, a death, an acute, something that just happened, and if you're not looking for a solution, then to me, it's like, what are we really talking about? For me, I've learned that it doesn't help me in my life to be problem oriented. It helps me to be solution oriented. So even when things happen, somebody passing away, that's an acute thing. So you cry and you go through it. But then there's a management of that long term of how are we going to deal with this or live and go on with this. And if you can't do anything differently, if you're doing nothing wrong, if you're perfect in the situation, then there should be no situation because you're perfect. So why is it that, you know, this person is doing this, that, and the third? Then you need to get away from that person, right? This, you know, you may have illness, things like that we can't do anything necessarily about. If you can do something about it, then you know what to do. But if it's something that you can't do anything about it, then the solution for me is that I learn, that I adapt. Lesson that I've learned that has helped me so far in life is don't wait on nobody. Don't wait on nobody to do nothing that you want to do. Like, if you want to go somewhere, be comfortable going by yourself. Like, you can tell other people, yeah, this is where I'm going, or, you know, do you want to go with me? But don't stake your going on them going. Like, I find people are like, I want to go hiking, but I don't have nobody to hike with, or I want to go to the movies, or I want to do this. Whatever you want to do, you want to go out the country, you need to figure out how to do it by yourself, because people are not reliable. Like, I'm going places, I'm going to this place, and there's people that I know that are going, but we're not really going together. Like, if they're there, then we're gonna laugh and kiki with each other, but I'm not basing whether I'm going or not on whether somebody else is gonna be there, because you are never gonna wear if you do that. So I have learned to just make my plans. You know, if somebody say they want to go for a walk, I just decide that I'm going when I'm going. And hey, if they happen to be there at the time that we decided we were going, then they're there. If not, then I walk alone. And that, it saves the headache of looking for people to be reliable when they're not gonna be. Tell them you going, and if they want to go, they're free to join, but already have your stuff ready. Like, whatever, I'm going. I'm back. Let me record this because I'm trying to record this thing for my for this Native deodorant, and I'm trying to get in a good mood. Like, you see, I just try to do that, but I gotta get this off my chest first. So this is another lesson that I'm learning, that I'm like having to relearn right now, because Okay, so people letting other people affect my mood. And there's some other stuff going on, like stuff I've already like dealt with, but other people are like mad for me because it's not necessarily that I easily forgive people because I don't fool with them, but I don't let them stop me from doing anything that I want to do. So if I want to be somewhere and they there or whatever, it ain't gonna stop me. You know, you're not gonna, just because you there and I don't talk to you, you know, that don't mean I'm not gonna, you know, do it, or I don't care about that. Like, you know, I can't do it like other people do it. Like, just because other people stay mad indefinitely, that's their process. It's not mine. Like, I'm not saying that I forget. That's the thing. I don't forget, but I kind of move it to the back. Like, after I'm done being mad, I'll just be like, it's, you know, I'm neutral. That's the thing. And I've learned that it's better for my spirit and my heart to be neutral with people. Now, I'm not gonna let them run over me. If it's something I gotta say, which it is something I gotta say, like I said to that lady, and I got some things that I need to say just to, when you're playing with me, I'm not gonna let you play with me, but I'm neutral. I'm not mad, I'm neutral. Like, if something happens to you, you know, I'm not gonna be happy that something happened to you. And if you win the lottery, you know, that's great. So either way, I'm just neutral on people. And so, yeah, that's what it goes. It goes from I love you to I'm neutral. And sometimes, you know, I may spend a couple of weeks in that, oh, I can't stand them area, but then it goes to don't care what go on. And that's how I like to live it. But I'm learning from other people. Like, they like, why you do that? Why you talk to them? They did this. And I'm like, I'm not really talking to them or really care. Like, if it's a matter of convenience, I'll have a conversation or whatever, because it's not a deal breaker for me that you messed up the friendship. That's not gonna keep me from, you know, being myself, right? And doing what I want to do, even if you happen to be doing something that I want to do or whatever the circumstance may be. You're not going to stop this show at all. So yeah, I got that out, and that's the lesson. Now let me try to do this native thing. You'll be seeing that video. Bye. Just because somebody think they talking to me don't mean they talking to me, right? So I just have to, you know, most things I just need to let, you know, fall off just brush it off, because you can't like affect my mood. And I'm probably better at that than others, but I want to be even better at it. Like, you can't do me. So I want to just, even if the intent is not positive, I want to assume positive intent and move on. So I want to work on being better at that this year. I feel like I did a really good job this year as far as taking care of myself in a gentle way, not in a, oh yeah, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, grind mode. No, I've taken really good care of gentle nutrition, gentle exercise and training, and just being kind to myself, and kind to myself in the way of, yes, I'm gonna not, you know, try to overdo it, but I'm also not going to not push myself and give myself the gift of growing. So just really taking care of myself. What are we gonna do this year? How are we gonna, you know, grow this year? That's what I'm excited to do, to keep growing, glowing, unglamorously, glamorously, unconventionally, conventionally, all of it. I want it all. It's my birthday. Shape my booty. No. So I just wanted to finish out the vlog, whatever that I was doing on my birthday with one last thing that I learned and that I'm learning. Well, one, I'm gonna say what I've learned, and it's, I guess, kind of what I'm learning. And then if this camera don't die, we'll get into what I want to learn or what I want to focus on this year of my life. So what I've learned is that with growing up, I am able to heal my inner child and teach her still. Like heal those wounds and still teach her through parenting and through just how I am with myself and the grace that I give myself. I'm able to learn more about me and things that I could have used, and I'm able to learn more about the people that raised me and what they may have been, you know, with the abilities and the resources that they had, you know, have a little bit more empathy for them. So it's been beautiful. Like the other day, me and my son were having a conversation and we are talking, and I just kind of stopped it and was like, I've never raised a 14-year-old before. And he was like, I've never been a 14-year-old before. And I felt like that was so beautiful, and that's something that would have been beneficial to me for somebody to admit that they did not really have all the answers because they did not know what they were doing. They hadn't done it before. They hadn't done it with me before. And, you know, just be honest about that. So those kinds of, all of the school trips and the going up there for lunch and all of the birthday parties and Halloween, all of that stuff that I did with my kids has been healing. And as we move into these new years, there are new lessons to learn, and I'm just looking forward to even more healing and to doing as least harm as possible to them, and knowing that my grandkids will have a better footing, will have parents that have more resources, more things to draw from, more experiences with a parent who is leaving room for them and their personality. So yeah, I love that. It's my birthday. I'm sitting here. Look at me. I'm sitting here. You know, got my shoes over there, baby. They got hot. It's time to read y'all what I just wrote myself. It says, and it reads, hey baby, we just finished dancing on the bank of this little lake. So I was doing a little thing, you know, doing my little 1-2 step. I want you to know, okay, hold on. I absolutely love and adore you. I want you to know that. Please continue to take excellent, gentle, kind, and loving care of yourself. You are right where you belong. And I, you know, in years past, I probably would have had a whole bunch to write, but I just feel so on the right path right now. Not that I'm doing everything super right. I don't even want to do everything super right. I just want to do everything that feels good to me, you know, in that moment. So I'm reading again because I really love my little love letter to myself. Hey, hey, my baby, my baby. That's also another way how I mother myself. Thank you so much. I hope you've gotten something out of these lessons that I've learned. Please consider subscribing, and we can continue to learn and grow together. Take care.